I've modified my Bigshot with the rings there so that I can get better pull. And what I've done is I've put my fishing line on a stick with a eye up the top to help keep it centered. I start by taking a steel forming stake. I purchased it Home Depot, cut it into about 5 pieces. Sometimes I use the holes that are already drilled through it, put some baling wire on, dip it in plastic dip, wrap it in white electrical tape so that I can see it better. My cost has now gone from $60 for a throw pod to about 60 cents. There's some good options available when it comes to fishing line. I prefer the Dyneema braided line. It comes in various colors. 50 to 100 pound test seems to work well. I like the Openfaced reel. I attach it to the monopod I use for taking photos and for hiking, or I'll cut a stick and attach it to the stick. I find that it's much better if the Openfaced reel is not attached to the Bigshot, because you run the risk sometimes of having that line get hung up on the pouch. At the end of my walking stick or my monopod or branch, I'll put a small piece of copper wire to form an eye to guide the fishing line from the reel. I've modified the Bigshot pouch by cutting off the pull handle and installing D-rings and an archery trigger line or strong accessory cord between those D-rings, attached with a girth hitch and some stopper nuts. I've also taken an archery trigger that I purchased for about $25, modified it slightly so that it can be attached to the one side of the coupling for a truck tie down. A truck tie down gives me a 2-to-1 mechanical advantage in progress capture, and the truck tie down cost me just a couple of dollars. With this configuration, I think I'm able to get pretty much the maximum pull that you would expect from that Bigshot. And here's the system all laid out and ready to go, fairly compact. And when I'm all done, this is what it ends up being. I can almost put it in my suitcase or carry it without too much trouble.